All right, so you're gonna start by making the dot in the middle of the bottom of your pot because we wanna make your sgraffito carved design symmetrical. So in order to have it be symmetrical, we're gonna divide the pot in half first. And we're gonna do that by taking your pencil and lightly pushing down into this colored slip. Do you see how I'm not pushing all the way through the slip yet? It's just creating an impressed line. Okay, can you all see that? It's just pushing down in. I didn't carve through the slip at all yet. It just made the incised impressed line through the clay, all right? So I have it kind of split in half that way, and then I need to divide it in half the other way. So don't worry about your initials. We're gonna carve those back in later. You're gonna take your pencil and then you're going to divide the pot in half the opposite way too. So you kind of get 4 quadrants, all right? I haven't pressed all the way through the slip yet though. I'm just making those impressed lines. Because the next thing we need to do is we need to carefully continue that impressed line without pushing through the slip down the edge towards the top of your pinch pot, towards the lip on both sides. So I just carefully, I don't have any lead out on this pencil. I'm just using the plastic part of it so that it doesn't carve all the way through the slip. It's just leaving that impressed surface. So now we have it completely divided in half one direction, and then we're gonna turn it and we're going to continue these lines on the other side. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want it to be divided kind of similarly so that it makes your design more symmetrical, okay? So we're gonna keep going until we have the 4 quadrants. If you cut through a little bit, like if you can see your clay through just a little bit, that's okay. But you wanna have all 4 pieces come all the way down to the lip, okay? Now, so we have it divided into quarters. To make it even more symmetrical and have your design be a little bit more creative and intricate, we're going to divide each of those in half as well. So now it starts to get a little bit more difficult. And I'm making these a little bit darker so that you can see them easier. Do you see how your name kind of just disappears there in the middle? Okay, just take your finger and keep smoothing that extra stuff away. So now you should have 8 spaces on the bottom, all right? And then you're gonna do the same thing with those. You're gonna continue those. Look at these spaces and divide them in half up here by the lip, and then continue, look at your line from the bottom and make it connect to the top so that you don't get these really skinny and really wide, so that you keep them divided in half, okay? So I'm gonna look at my line here, but then I'm gonna take this section and I'm gonna find the middle of it and make a little mark, and then I'm gonna try to just connect the bottom to this mark to keep it more even. So it's a little bit wider here than it is here. It's okay. It's not gonna make a huge difference. So now I'm gonna look at the next section and find the middle of it and make a little mark here. And then I'm gonna try to connect to that mark again so that we get them more even than not in our spacing. So I'm gonna make the mark in the middle in each section, and then I'm gonna connect those all together carefully. So I went through the slip a little bit in some places, but I try not to. So now we have 8 sections divided all the way around, all right? So I want you to go back to your seats and do that part, and then I'm gonna show you how to create your actual symmetrical design next, okay?